A-T. It's in the name.
Welcome into Season 4 of the Good Old Fashioned Dislike Podcast, where dynasties never die and hate is an extreme word, but just barely. On this podcast, we usually pick a football rivalry, and we submit that rivalry to the panel of dislike. This week, however, you have a special guest host, yours truly, Will Myhan. Now, before anyone reaches for the skip button, starts yelling at their phone, or even says, Will, why do you always make it about Alabama? Let's just say this calmly and politely as we possibly can. This playoff, it still belongs to Alabama. Not emotionally, not symbolically, just factually. You don't have to see the script A. You don't have to hear Dixieland Delight. And Nick Saban doesn't even have to be on the sideline because the people he trained, the players he developed, and the coaches he launched are literally everywhere. This isn't opinion. This is resumes. So if you're hoping this is finally the year that Alabama isn't a part of the story, as my mom says, bless your heart. Let me just walk you through it. Let's start in Athens. Georgia fans hate this one the most. Kirby Smart spent 2007 to 2015 on Nick Saban's Alabama staff, including 7 years as defensive coordinator. Kirby helped win multiple national championships at Alabama, then left and rebuilt the exact same thing in Athens. Georgia didn't overthrow Alabama. It's Alabama with a new address. Every Kirby Smart title is still a Saban assistant winning, and we'll claim it. Let's go to Oregon. Oregon likes to act innovative, edgy, different. It's cute, I guess. Dan Lanning was a graduate assistant at Alabama in 2015 under Nick Saban. The defensive structure, the terminology, the philosophy, all of it traces back to Titletown. That's Tuscaloosa, before it ever hit Eugene. If Oregon wins, congratulations. A Saban-trained coach just won a national title in Neon, and we'll claim that one too. Let's go to the Buckeye State. Ohio State fans love to say they don't need the SEC, except they're starting Caleb Downs, a former Alabama defensive back who was recruited, developed, and coached by Nick Saban's staff before transferring north. If Ohio State wins, one of the most important players on the field learned how to win championships at Alabama first. That's not spin. That's the roster, and we'll claim it as well. Let's go to Oxford. Ole Miss doesn't even pretend this isn't Alabama adjacent. Lane Kiffin was Nick Saban's offensive coordinator from 2014 to 2016. Now head coach Pete Golding, you can keep him, was Alabama's defensive coordinator from 2018 to 2022. If Ole Miss wins, two former Saban coordinators just won a national championship together because we know Lane's going to claim it. That's not irony. That's Alabama football just wearing powder blue. We'll claim that one as well. Let's go to Miami. Miami fans are yelling, the U is back, but the blueprint, you guessed it, it came from Titletown. Mario Cristobal coached offensive line and recruited at Alabama from 2013 to 2016 under Nick Saban. He learned how championship programs are built in the trenches and on the trail in Tuscaloosa. If Miami wins, Alabama still gets the credit for the foundation, and we'll claim it. Let's go to A&M. Texas A&M stays connected through Holman Wiggins, who coached wide receivers at Alabama from 2019 to 2021 and served as assistant head coach of offense under Nick Saban. He helped develop Alabama's offense, then took that experience to College Station. If the Aggies win, a Saban assistant helped build it, and we'll claim that one as well. Let's go to Norman. Oklahoma isn't escaping the Alabama shadow either. Jay Valai, now a defensive voice in Norman, was Nick Saban's cornerbacks coach at Alabama in 2021. He learned, recruited, and developed inside the same Saban machine everyone loves to pretend they've outgrown. So if OU wins, let's be clear, it's not some homegrown revolution. It's another program cashing checks with Alabama-built coaching DNA, and we'll claim that as well. Let's go to Texas Tech. Texas Tech may wear red and black, but Alabama fingerprints have been on that program for decades. Former Tech head coach Steve Sloan was an Alabama quarterback under Bear Bryant, carrying that championship pedigree straight from Tuscaloosa to Lubbock. Fast forward to the modern era, and Tech's former running backs coach DeAndre Smith was also Alabama built, having coached under Nick Saban from 2013 to 2017 during the heart of the dynasty years. So if Tech ever raises that championship trophy, don't act surprised. Alabama influence helped lay the foundation long before the credit started getting claimed. Let's go to Tulane. Tulane fans can enjoy the Cinderella story, but even that has Alabama fingerprints. Shaz Preston was a wide receiver at Alabama before transferring to Tulane. That development didn't disappear when the jersey changed. If Tulane wins, Alabama trained talent helped make it happen. We'll claim it. Indiana wants to be the feel-good, neutral party, but even here, Alabama shows up. Kurt Cignetti spent time on Saban's Alabama staff early in the dynasty, gaining experience in recruiting and program building at the highest level. If Indiana wins, it's a coach who learned inside the Saban machine, cashing that knowledge for a title. And you better believe we'll claim it. Let's go to James Madison. James Madison wants the fairy tale ending, and that's adorable. But Alabama still gets a cameo. Colin Hitchler, JMU's defensive coordinator, previously served as co-defensive coordinator where Alabama, you guessed it, under Nick Saban. If JMU wins, a former Alabama coordinator is calling the defense. Even the underdog runs through Tuscaloosa. Now to the end. Bama, let's finish with the obvious villain that everyone hates. Alabama, the source, the root. From 2007 to 2023, Saban built the modern standard of college football, producing elite players and an absurd coaching tree that now runs the sport. Everything we've talked about, it starts right here, folks. This is the trunk. Everyone else is just a branch pretending that they've grown on their own. So there you go. You can complain about bias. You can roll your eyes at the media or say you're tired of hearing about Alabama, but the names don't lie. Every single path in this playoff leads back to Alabama, Nick Saban, his players, or his coaches. There's different logos, different fan bases, but it's all the same root system. So enjoy rooting against Alabama. Enjoy telling yourself this year is different. Just remember, even if Alabama doesn't win, Alabama always wins. Roll Tide.